Once your driver is parked at your unloading area and they have unstrapped the load, it's time to start unloading. If you have the space, you should set it up to access the load from both sides of the trailer. Also, a couple of extra hands will help you line up the forks, move and stack dunnage, and verify your parts and bundle numbers. Your building parts and the bundles will be labeled with your Great Western job number. These will also have a bundle number that matches the shipping documents. You should write on your copy of the bill of material immediately with each bundle you unload to check them off. Your trim and windows will be loaded on the top of the truck because they're fragile. These items are also usually the last parts to be installed, so go ahead and move them somewhere safe out of the way or behind the other materials. Your panels and cold form parts will be nested and placed in larger bundles. The heavy structural columns and the rafters are not bundled, so they'll be labeled individually. To be safe, lift the bundles and parts from their center of gravity. Tapered frames can be heavier on one end to the next, so it may be necessary to adjust the pick location a couple of times just to get it right. The dunnage, or wood blocks, that are on the truck should be used on the job site to keep the building parts off the ground. This will help you pick up the materials later, and it protects the steel from the ground wetness. If you're not erecting this thing right away, you should place your bundles at an angle to keep water and snow from pooling or sitting on them. If you tarp the building, keep an air gap between the steel and the ground for ventilation to keep your building dry. When you stage your job site for erection, you need to access the structural beams, the girts, and the purlins first. You should keep these items as close to the foundation as possible, but make sure you leave enough room for the crew and the machines to move around. Once you have verified that you have all of the building parts, boxes, and bundles listed on the shipping docks, reload any items you may have removed for the other jobs. Then your driver will restrap the load. If you're missing anything, or if anything is damaged, it's important to write this on the bill of material that you sign and give to the driver. Damage is rare, but it happens, and this will speed up the process of getting you replacement parts quickly. If you can, take pictures of damaged items, and try to get the pictures while the parts are still on the truck. Again, it's incredibly rare, but it's worth mentioning. After your driver leaves, you have up to 30 days to do a complete inventory of your warehouse items, your trim boxes, and other things, but you should try to do it right away. Thank you for joining me today. I hope that you find this video helpful when it comes time to unload your building. Even if it's not a Great Western, most of what I've covered here today should be helpful for unloading any pre-engineered building.